Greetings, this is Scoby, with yet another episode of Why Are You So Bad at LoL? This time around, as you can plainly see, I am playing Udyr yet again. I'm going to be in the jungle this time. You can pretty much see who everyone is, and you'll probably see what the matchups are pretty quickly. So I'm just going to dispense with reading off the names, because you guys can read, and I believe in you. Yes. And this game is going to be an interesting combination. It's kind of a weird game, so I'm hoping that with everything we're going to be doing all right. Here I am. I'm hanging out at blue because I'm going to be jungling, and like good teammates, Kennen and Morgana. Morgana and Kennen. Hey, there we go. Are helping me out. They're hiding in the bushes just to allow me to know what's going on. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, okay. Yeah, I keep having weird stuff. Anyway, so now that I know how to control the replay, I'm trying to use a little bit different buttons to show what's up. It's kind of hard, but I'll get it figured out. Anyway, so as good teammates, they are watching my blue. So if the champions come in through river,
minions have spawned.
Yeah, pretty much we'll be able to spot them with those two spots. They will not be able to come through and get us. So now that everything's been spotted, we'll be able to get started. I'm going to try and do this without my mouse. It's kind of hard. But, trying to get better. Hopefully you guys noticed the music at the start. I'm trying to make things sound a little better. Putting some transitions in so maybe it'll look a little better for you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with taking blue. Went Phoenix stance in order to have faster jungle clear. They'll do more damage to him over time. So with Haunt or with Smite, I'll be doing okay. So let's take a look at bottom. Down here, it looks like, I don't know what Blitz is. He's probably dropping a ward. Yep. Kennen up top is just 1v1ing Yorick. And Morgana is just taking care of bottom. So it's alright. So hopping back to me. Just doing basic jungle stuff. Let's drop to bottom. And so this positioning of what Blitzcrank is doing is good support. Hanging out in this jungle or in this bush, they probably saw him go in there. They're not 100% where he is. And he can start pulling, and he's able to soak up health. And he pulls. Caitlyn isn't able to do a lot. The exhaust comes down, but Wukong jumps to Vayne, and Vayne's in trouble. With only 200 health, she's got to be careful of what's going on, because if she gets dived again, she is in trouble. 84 health. Coming down. Wukong, if Wukong coordinated with Caitlyn just a little bit, they would have been able to get that kill. I'm hanging out, and right now I'm deciding if should I go for them or not. I decide that I'm going to go for red. Hopefully Vayne will be able to survive. So Vayne's hiding behind her tower. Gets hit yet again. And it looks like we're... Oh my gosh. Wow. Giving the first blood up. Oh my gosh. Blitzcrank, why are you doing that? Yeah, Vayne was wondering. Pulled her, basically gave Wukong a free gap closer to kill Vayne, which was not a good idea. But sure, he got the kill off of it, but why are you giving support kills? Alright, and now we come in with the other one. And we go ahead and hit her, pull her back. She flashes over, but we're still able to stun her in place, keep her from going. And yet again, Blitz ahead with 2 kills. Our support with the most number of kills on our team so far. And he's just being a terrible support at this point. Taking kills from other teammates, not supporting the team, and just being a greedy little jerk. So Morgana is careful in mid, because there's 2 there. I think Jarvan shows up, and oh no. Looks like Kennen's able to get out of there pretty quick. Jarvan was was potentially doing some damage to him there. So, but he was fortunately able to escape. He really needs to get a ward put down in the jungle here, because if he doesn't put down a ward there, he's going to be in trouble. So I'm going to hop back to watch him, and he's doing all right. Yep. Trying to get this visual in. All right. So, doing okay by himself. One-on-one with Yorick. Yorick is a very difficult champion to take along top because he has so much sustain. He has his wraith, which cause all sorts of problems. He has a lot of health, super tanky, and he's just really hard to gank because he has a really nice slow, and he gets more powerful the more minions he has out. I'm going to hop back down bottom. Looks like they're having trouble. Looks like they're doing something here. And, ooh, they're trying to get Kate. But Kate is by herself. Vayne is not having the balls to go in to do a lot of damage. So, Caitlyn's going to escape. And Morgana is there. I'm going to come down and help. I got red buff. I got my boots. But I think, yeah, Caitlyn has tier 2 boots. Rushed boots for high mobility. Because she does not want to get ganked. She wants to have good positioning. And here we go. Blitzcrank goes in. But unfortunately, he went without his team. Vayne did not come up, electing to farm instead. Ooh, looks like Blitz was able to snag Wukong while he was in his hidden. But unfortunately, without the coordination of bottom, they were easily able to escape that gank, and Blitz just was not doing what he needed to do in order to kill everybody. So I'm just thinking of heading back, but I decide, you know what? They're pushing out. Everyone's still here. Vayne is a little bit closer to thing. Wukong goes in, gets knocked up, doing a lot more damage. But I see that Jarvan is coming in, and Jarvan's going to be a problem here because he can just come in and gank. I'm trying to ping people down. I think at that point I forgot what the ping button was. So I should have gone in and just 1v1 Jarvan to pull him out, but instead I decide that we just need to run. And I just need a delay in order to give them time to escape. So a little bit of misplay there. Being careful, being concerned about everything. 3 on bottom. LeBlanc is missing. We don't know where she is. Might be going top. And decided to got taken out here, and Kennen is not going to survive that. Yep. Kennen 1v2 dies horribly. Cog does go off with Morgana, but she did ping him, so, or needed to ping to help remind him, but he was already exhausted, uses his abilities, and he was in trouble. So I'm going to stay in at bottom, covering, switching out to a support role until our support's able to get here, making sure that the other team won't be diving Vayne, because Vayne is actually pretty terrible right now. So let's take a look at Vayne. Yep, with only boots and a sword, she is not anywhere type of a threat for anyone. With low attack speed and low damage, not going to be able to do much. And Morgana's going to go ahead and grab blue, because that'll help her sustain longer in lane. She's been able to take on LeBlanc alright, but oh my gosh, letting Golem restart is not good for her. So hopping back to Kennen. Kennen's just trying to defend himself against Yorick, who's able to push this lane very, very well. And, oh, we catch Yorick out by himself. I'm going to go ahead and try and catch up, start doing some damage. He turns to engage. I'm going to bring up and stop him in his tracks. Morgana's going to go ahead and stun him, and Kennen comes up to help finish him off, and Morgana gets a much-needed kill. LeBlanc, coming up to support, has to escape over the wall. Not going to be able to escape, and all the while, Blitz comes up to support mid, but he is not going to be able to do much with all these minions attacking him. So he's taking quite a bit of damage. Down pretty low. Morgana, ooh, gets hit pretty hard from a burst damage, but LeBlanc doesn't have, is going for Tear of the Goddess, I think, and ooh, Vayne is by herself, gonna get taken down. So easy, yep. Gonna get taken down by herself. No one there to assist. Blitzcrank coming around to try and defend tower against the against the minion wave down here. So I'm back up here, chilling, and we see two of them come in. We're gonna switch to cannon. So we see Jarvan right there. I decide to charge right on into Jarvan, stunning him in his place, and we burn him down quick. And I'm just right outside of turret range. We're just gonna stay on this Yorick. He's not gonna be able to escape, and I take him down. And we just run like the dickens, because Yorick's dead. His Revenant is just going to eventually die, like right there. We don't have to worry about it. So good kill, double kill for us up top. Got me some much needed gold. So Blitzcrank's able to defend bottom pretty well by himself with his Philosopher's Stone and taking CS away from Vayne. And there he goes, charging off by himself, thinking of taking Caitlyn one-on-one, but realizing that it's one-on-two, not a good move. Charges back in again. Wukong gets free shots on him, but he has enough armor that Caitlyn, it just does not do enough damage. And with only sustain items, able to do quite a bit. Vayne going in. Oops. And Kennen gets killed up top. Vayne is able to take her out, knock her off, but now she's low. Fortunately, I am charging in to help. But Wukong goes into there. I chase him in. He dukes out, takes out Vayne. I stun him and finish him off. He is not getting away. So free kill for him, or kill for him, but punished for it, seriously. And I get another kill, and I'm going to hit level 8. So Morgana's doing all right. Kennen died yet again, but has a Will of the Ancients now, so he's going to have a lot more spell vamp, and hopefully that's going to help him sustain against this Yorick. But this turret is in trouble. And their bottom turret's also in trouble. I'm down here, I thought I might as well go ahead and take it out while we're waiting. And now that Caitlyn's shown up, I'm going to go ahead and take off, because I do not want to fight Caitlyn under the turret, even though she does not have any items at all. So instead, I decide I'm going to go for Dragon. But Garen comes in for the tank on Morgana. Hits her ult a little early, stuns, but is now running, trying to stay away from the other champions and distracting them while we are doing Dragon. Go ahead and stuns her, drops her in place, getting some much needed health regeneration, but unfortunately Dragon comes in. Wukong and Caitlyn knock us off, and they're able to easily take Dragon from us. Easy steal. I get out of there with 32 health, and that is not a good start. Even though Blitzcrank said it wasn't warded, it was. They saw us have to do it. Blitzcrank was wrong. Should have dropped the pink ward, but unfortunately we didn't. We shouldn't have gone for it. We should have waited for a kill to happen. But now Dragon's down, but at least we know, we know the Dragon is up at 18. Stun goes down, and Kennen's able just to destroy Yorick with his additional AP. He's doing tons of damage. But Blitzcrank's in trouble. With no one down here to support, he has to blow his ult in order to take out the minion wave. Morgana's doing fine in mid, and Blitz is just doing what he can to defend this turret. So, let's see what Vayne has. Vayne still does not have a major damage item. Jarvan comes around, and just gets wrecked by LeBlanc. No MIA, no nothing. And now he starts raging against Morgana. So that is not good for him. So, and he wasn't really overextended that time, but he really needs to drop a ward down there. I mean, it would really help him out, really help him protect himself at top lane, and Jarvan's just going to go ahead and punish us for losing that top lane. But he's out of magic, so he's not going to be able to do a whole lot of damage here. And I think he's worried, so he's going to take off, go do something else. And I'm going to go up and try and defend this turret. I think Morgana is waiting for blue buff. Yep, Morgana has blue buff. She wants it in order to get her sustain up. But Yorick and... two there. 3 in mid. Oh. And she tries... Oh! Flash fail! Isn't able to get over the wall. And Morgana dies a horrid death. And they're probably going to... They take blue away from us. So unfortunately, that was a misclick on Morgana's part, and that's going to give him an easy kill. And I decided that I'm going to stay here, and we're going to go for Yorick. We don't see anyone else on the team. We're going to do quite a bit of damage to him, but his ult's up, so he's going to be able to hit us pretty hard. And I am not going to survive this. And, ooh, I get taken down. But Yorick dies too. But Yorick is going low. Kennan's trying to escape. He is super low too. Yorick goes down. Kennen turning around and gets destroyed by LeBlanc, not being able to get around that corner and to damage her fast enough. And Kennen goes down again. So 2 for 1, or in that exchange, we lost 3 champions on that. The game is now tied on kills. And Vayne is out of position. Vayne is going to die too. And now they're ahead in kills. And Blitzcrank completely missing that pull. And I don't know what's going on bottom. Both sides are doing pretty terrible. Caitlyn has no kills. Wukong taking up all the kills on that side. And Wukong goes around but gets caught by Udyr. And Morgana comes around to finish off any escape. And he is going to die. Tower dive, not what he wanted to do. A little too greedy. That hyper-aggressive. And Caitlyn's coming around defending against it, but she's going to be able to make it to the turret with no problem at all. And we're just going to go ahead and push the lane. Blitzcrank really should be going back. But we know that we're not going to get anything here. LeBlanc's going to start pushing mid, so we're going to have to come back to mid. I'm going to go ahead and take out these traps, because I know that those can really become pivotal when we're trying to do a gank. So I'm going to turn around. Kennen is coming back up, wanting to take on this Yorick. And doing quite a bit of damage, but not being able to withstand all the champion damage. And Warwick with quite a bit of health, with about 400 health more than Kennen, but not being able to do as much damage. Just a little bit of attack damage that Kennen will hopefully be able to burst him down fast enough. Switching out to bottom, we see that LeBlanc is down here. Blitzcrank is still here. I decide to go for the stun. Pole comes out. Pole misses. And Caitlyn flashes away to safety. And we're still dancing at bottom. Nothing's really happening. Jarvan comes back up top, able to exhaust and take him down yet again. And he did not ward Tribrush, so was able to get ganked. He had no one to blame but himself. And bottom turret gets taken out, but I think that time Vayne just sat and focused the turret, trading a death for a turret. So I think in the total gold count, it was worth it. But in the grand scheme of things, it was not really worth her to die. But since she's only killed one person, 5 deaths, she's on a death streak. He's not going to give him a whole lot of gold. But she is missing out on CS, missing out on gold. And this turret is probably going to go down. Yep. So. And Yorick and Jarvan is telling Kennen how to play. That you need to have the wards, and he has one, but he needed to also ward Tribrush. If you're going to push the tower into this area, you got to ward that Tribrush so you know when they're coming for it. Because if you have 2 wards here and there, you're able to see them before they get there. And I think Yorick just came around and probably stole something, but doing all right there. Yep, Jarvan now has our blue. Not good for us. Bottom still being pushed pretty hard, and Wukong's just chilling in the jungle. And I'm going to go ahead and I was thinking of going for something, but now that Caitlyn's out of position, we're just going to go ahead and damage her. All sorts of damage. She decides to go into her ult, wrong button, and probably just sealed her own fate, trying to snipe. She should have run away, must have hit that instead. And now that Caitlyn's dead, I decide now is the time to take Baron, or take Dragon. Dragon just came back up, so it's time to take him. So we're just going to go in. Whole team comes to my aid. This time, instead of just the two support champions, or the support and the jungler taking them on, everybody comes down and we get an easy dragon. The rest of the team is nowhere to be found. And we're just going to go ahead and push around to other lanes. And now, since we're all together in mid, we're just going to go ahead and take mid. Since not everybody is here, we're just going to push this lane and punish them for not being around. So we're just going to go ahead and push this. Wukong staying in bottom. Yorick coming to mid to try and keep us off this turret, but there's nothing he can do, because we are able to take this turret easily with all 5 of us here. Tries to grab Yorick, but misses. And now we're going for second turret, but but Caitlyn is being dangerously close. And we'll switch out to this. What we're trying to do, but now they're pushing out 4v5, and now the attack comes down. Vayne gets cut, flashes away. Kennen comes into the middle, getting completely destroyed. Morgana tries to do some damage, stuns quite a bit. I switch out to the wrong person. Someone, I think, died, but now they're in trouble. Stuff is going on. Able to take one of them down, but oh my gosh, they're incredibly low. Vayne finally goes down. Damage comes down. Yorick gets popped up. This time it pays off and takes him down. And oh my gosh, they're so incredibly low. Taking an ult from Caitlyn, but because Caitlyn doesn't have a whole lot of damage, Blitzcrank was able to survive that handily. Nope, there's the dead body. There we go. Switch out to Blitzcrank. Blitz pulls, but that is not a good idea for Blitz. He is almost dead. 170 health. Not a place to be. And and the other team is going to seriously damage this turret, but they do not. Caitlyn does not have the damage in order to take it out. So with all that, we're going to come back in, and we're going to go look for Jarvan, because we saw him in this brush here, but he might still be around. So we're going to go ahead and check blue, because it's still up. We're going to come around, and we hit him. He was going for blue. Stun comes down. Tiger Stance. He's just melting away. Kennen flashes the other side, so he can't escape. And he just goes down. Seals fate. Not able to do anything. And we're going to go ahead and switch up to top lane, because we see two of their champions. So we know that there's probably not anybody up here. So we're just going to go ahead and free farm all this. Kennen's going to get a ton of CS off of that. And Yorick is up here trying to do some damage, but Yorick is going to stick around. I know that with Yorick there, we'll go in for the stun. Tries to come in, do some more damage. I'm just trying to push these minions, just harass. And turret gets destroyed. Morgana is not able to hold it off. Let's bottom. We switch around, going into the jungle, seeing what we can do here. Probably going to go for the red. With the ward spotting LeBlanc behind, we're going to go ahead and take out this red, steal it from the other team. We take the red, and we see LeBlanc. We're just going to charge right in, and we get a stun off, but she is able to teleport over. Wukong comes down, but Kennen's able to do quite a bit of damage, take him down, and now we need to get out of here. Unfortunately, Kennen decides to stay there. I get on the other side in case someone tries to gank him. But I decide, you know what, I'm going to go for Yorick, because I can, but Jarvan's here to close the deal and keep us from going in. LeBlanc comes back around instead of going back, and we both get destroyed, giving Jarvan the double buff. And that was a total moronic move by our team. I really should not have stuck around after that death. We should have gotten out. We didn't have vision of anything of what was going on up there, so we would not be able to see what was happening. Did not see them circle around. Should have known. We believed that LeBlanc was too low to come into the fight, but since she was there, she would be able to come in easily, and they decided to go for it. So, not a good idea for us. So Kennen's going to come back top, and we're just going to reset for the next fight. Caitlyn, of course, getting a free farm on, but she has yet to buy a Bloodthirster, or yet to buy a Black Cleaver. Fortunately, our Vayne has bought a Black Cleaver, so we're going to be doing okay there. Blitz is still going with health tanky items, so he's just running full-on tank, no attack damage, no AP. So it looks like he's going to switch out to the tank build. And Kennen's fighting in the jungle, and we're just kind of killing time at this point, waiting for the next engage to happen. Dragon's still down, but might be coming up soon. I can't remember what it... Did I say Dragon was that? Yeah. So, we're going to come in, we're going to invade yet again into the jungle, drop a ward, make sure we see what's going on, and we're just going to steal their race. And it looks like Yorick's out of position, so we're just going to go ahead, finish off the Wraith, come back around. Kennen's just playing possum, and Morgana's coming in, misses the Dark Binding, but Yorick comes around another way. I'm there with the stun. We start doing a bunch of damage, but we don't want to take the turret aggro, so we're just going to go ahead and back off. That gank failed miserably. With the Dark Binding completely going off in the wrong direction, nothing's going to happen there. And we're going to move around into the river to see if he's going to stick around. But since he is sticking around, we have 2 in mid. We're just going to go ahead and push this lane a bit. And with those 3 pushing lane, I'm coming back down into the river to make sure that they're not going to try a Ghost Baron or something, because we don't have vision. And I see that they're just going to push. So I'm going to come down to mid and make sure that we don't get punished for pushing top. More are going on, and a big old fight's coming up. Yorick is taken down. LeBlanc is in trouble. And Dark Binding takes him out. Oh. So 2 kills. Oh, that's the button I was hitting. So apparently Tilde slows everything down. So with LeBlanc and Yorick down, they can easily take this turret. Wukong is trying to do some damage, coming in, but gets stunned back there. Going around, getting missed. But this tower is taking quite a bit of damage. And I come up to join the party. Since 4 of them are already up here, or since the rest of the team is up here already, I thought that it'd be a good idea for me to come around too. But now that we decided that we're going to split push, Dragon is up. The rest of the team is probably dealing with top lane right now, so the 3 top are going to stay there. I'm going to take out their race. And I see that Dragon's up, so I'm going to go for Dragon. The top 3 has it well in hand. They're going to be able to take that turret. They're giving it up. And we're heading down, pushing middle. And now they're falling back. And now with them falling back, we decide now's the time to do Dragon. And I call for Vayne to come help. Hopefully Vayne sees it. LeBlanc is coming down, and hopefully she got out before LeBlanc saw her and saw what she was doing. So I'm just going to go ahead and solo hit. I'm keeping an eye on the map. The rest of their team is not moving to take Dragon, to also take Dragon. They're just pushing their lane, so we know that we're pretty safe, and we take Dragon down, and we get out of there. Next Dragon will be at 33, and we know that we need to get back to mid, because Wukong was pushing pretty hard, and unfortunately, if we don't get there, that lane will push rather difficult. But since Wukong didn't stick with them, we don't have to worry about it too much. So we're just going to push out our lanes a little bit and get set up for the next fight. Let's take a look at some of the item builds. So, LeBlanc going in. Oh, I actually went for a Fiendish Codex, which is kind of a weird build for her. And going for a high AP, high health, all those other things. Looks like damage is coming down. Wukong is in trouble and gets headed off by Kennen and just destroyed. Kennen picks up a much-needed kill on him. Bring him up to 3 kills. Yorick is sniffing around trying to steal blue from this Morgana, but Morgana's just gonna recharge her blue. Not gonna really care all that much. Kennen's coming around looking to see if he can find someone. Dropping a ward at Baron, because we're worried about Baron right now, because the lanes are pushed pretty hard, and if they sneak a Baron, we're gonna be in trouble. So I'm gonna go ahead and push top. Morgana's in mid. Good old support. Blitzcrank is watching bottom. So, doing okay there. Let's look, while we're waiting, look at items. I don't know where the other team is. They probably went back to buy. So Jarvan's going a pretty good, sustained, basic jungle build, and being able to slow people down. Yorick, also with the Frozen Mallet, is going to be also a support, kind of support champ. Jarvan picking up his Wit's End to up his attack speed and magic damage. And Wukong, yeah, the main thing is that everybody's playing a pretty standard build. Problem is that Yorick and Jarvan are both going very CC heavy champions there. Jarvan doing a little bit more damage than Yorick. I think Yorick's depending on his slow and depending on this Caitlyn and LeBlanc to destroy everybody. But Caitlyn is now 30 minutes into the match finally getting her BF sword with only 1 kill and 100 CS. You know, which she's barely beating Vayne out. But Vayne has her Infinity Edge, has her Zeal. So even with about similar, very similar, not able to get her Infinity Edge yet. And we group back up in middle. Doing what's going on over here. And we're going to go ahead and move back. The whole team is stacked up in middle. And we are trying to hide them there by having part of us in the jungle, part of them in lane. see what's going on. Blitzcrank's very tanky. Trying to see, waiting for this engage to come down. And looks like we're waiting for one of them to get out of the way. And we see LeBlanc is all by herself. So we're just going to go ahead and start doing massive amounts of damage to her. She's going to stun. I'm going to try and follow. But she has just enough to get out. We switch to Jarvan. Caitlyn gets taken down by there. Looks like Jarvan's trying to do some damage. Kennan's in trouble. Gets taken down by but Vayne is able just to rip. Wow, Vayne is able to just rip Yorick to shreds. Blitzcrank tries to pull someone, but 2 for 1. LeBlanc's really low. She's got to be careful. And we win that engagement pretty handily with 2 for 1, yeah. We take their AD carry, so we are going to take this turret easy as cake. And we're just going to go ahead and follow on up to the next turret. We still got 5 seconds before Caitlyn. We don't really have to worry until Yorick shows up. Now with... And they try to do a surrender vote. And Jarvan tries to come in. And I start taking turret aggro. And I'm getting chunked by that turret. And I'm going to go down. Pays off for Jarvan. That kill there. And Vayne is running out. And Vayne is going to go down. Vayne gets taken out. Totally that dive totally works for Jarvan. Pushes it off. They lose the turret. But they're getting 2 kills. 3 kills. Ward goes down. Hits the wrong person. Caitlyn comes down to join the party. And Morgana is going to go down. 4 kills. Finally able to kill Jarvan. But giving up 4 kills for a tower and a champion is not worth it. And they are completely set up and ready to go for Baron. It's going to take at least 15 seconds for us to get there, but Wukong decides to take off. We don't have vision on Baron. We don't know what's going on. Our only hope is if Kennen goes up there and starts harassing him off of Baron. Because if they start it now, we are in a lot of trouble. Because their Caitlyn will be able to take Baron out. And we got to be careful of what's going on. So, Kennen apparently doesn't know how to defend Baron or how to harass. So, he's going in, checking the wards, being careful, needing to just not die, face check. And he sees one and he's up, they're doing Baron. But he doesn't see Baron's, he doesn't look into Baron's area and pulls Yorick out. Yorick is now not paying attention. Blitzcrank trying to tell him to go. Caitlyn comes in, trying to hit stuff, and he sees that there's only 2 of them in there. And LeBlanc teleports out, takes out Yorick, with Baron doing most of the damage. And they come out. Wukong comes in to support. But we see him there. He's running like a mad fiend, and the rest of the team is chasing him down, trying to do some damage, but Wukong's ability is able to get out, and I worry that it might be a ruse. So I'm going to turn around and head back for Baron, because we don't have vision on it. And I see Caitlyn all by herself. Stun coming down, Tiger Stance coming down. They're able to get Wukong while I'm taking her down, and she is just melted and destroyed right next to Baron. I say sup, and I start to leave, but they say, you know what? We can take Baron right now. And Blitzcrank trying to do some damage to Jarvan, but without being an attack damage champion, not going to be able to do anything. And we're doing Baron here, so with 3 people doing Baron, I'm tanking the damage. Blitzcrank's coming around to prevent the steal. And we're easily able to get Baron, and now this game is in our favor. With Baron down, pretty good amount of kills on both sides, even in kills. Ahead in towers, we have the gold lead. We just need to push hard, and we're going to take them down. So, at this point in the game's pretty well over. You know, we all have our pretty heavy items. There, Wukong's still almost looking for a Trinity Force probably, but that LeBlanc does not have a whole lot of items, doesn't have the sustain, and looks like people are sniffing around on Dragon. And we decide if we want to engage or not on this. We only have vision of 2 people. We got to be careful. We're going to go ahead and switch to Yorick. Do a bit of damage. Dark Binding comes down. Misses! Oh my gosh. Misses Yorick, but hits Caitlyn and allows us to just destroy Caitlyn. And with all the crowd control we have, Yorick is not going to be able to escape. So we're going to move around, look for Jarvan, but we know that Jarvan isn't here. They tried to do another surrender vote, and it's time to take Dragon yet again. So we're going to go ahead and take that. Blitz is going to come up with Kennen, and they are going to start doing some damage to these up here, but LeBlanc and Jarvan are there to defend. And the rest of the team is coming on their way to support them. Taking down this inhibitor will do quite a bit for their team. And they go ahead and do quite a bit of damage. For the teams there, 4-on-2 fight. We're going to take this inhibitor, no problem. All the while, I'm taking down bottom lane, switching back up. Cannon's doing quite a bit of damage. Morgana, it looks like she's right in the middle of everything. Goes for the Dark Binding, goes on in, it's getting tons of damage. Zanya's, to prevent herself from getting killed, hanging out, hits her ult, trying to do quite a bit of damage, stuns, does other things. Oh, tries to keep these people down, but now, with the power of the tower, is pushing them off. Uh-oh, Blitz is in trouble. Blitz is in serious trouble. Oh, flashes over the wall, able to escape. Morgana's doing okay. With the health regen, able to take care of that, no problem. We are able, with Vayne's help, I'm able to take out the tower. Morgana comes down, hits Wukong. Wukong is stuck, completely destroyed, unable to do anything. Free kill for us. And the rest of the team is in trouble. With 2 down, so a 3v5 fight, not going to work for them. I'm going to go ahead and keep facing him, pushing him all the way back to the fountain. I almost did. Ooh, wow. I get half my health taken off by that turret. I'm just going to turn around and we're just going to take out this tower. And now the Nexus is all alone, not being able to get any health. Caitlyn's low. Quite a bit of damage is going on. Some visual weirdness is happening. Kennen getting hit by Caitlyn, but has enough health to survive. Morgana's doing some more damage, but we decide, you know what, we're going to go ahead and back out. We're not that good. We're not all coordinated. There's too many minions to get caught up on, get trapped right next to Nexus. So we're just going to go ahead and run out. Morgana's just going to go ahead and harass a little bit. I'm going to push the top tower, at least to get the pressure off of the people who are running away. And LeBlanc comes up to chase me off, and I just decide to run. And Morgana tries to snag LeBlanc, but isn't able to drop a root. So we're just going to go ahead and run. And that's pretty much game. At this point, 2 inhibitors down, there are 2 base turrets down, or Nexus turrets down. There is not much more that they can do. And we are just running away with this game. With Baron, with 2 or 3 dragons, with the gold and kill advantage, without a good AD carry on their team, that we have just completely wrecked this team. We did a lot of mistakes, but there's a surrender vote. Finally, letting us, preventing them from needing to fight the last push. And victory, our team. So, that was an interesting fight. A lot of bad plays going on throughout the entire match. People out of position, not escaping when they should. It's important to remember where the other team is, and that if just because you don't see them, you don't have vision on them, doesn't mean they're not on the other side of the wall ready to jump on you. So if you have a fight, make sure you want to fight, win the fight, and then get out of there, and don't give up anymore and wait for another ambush, because if they know that you're in the area, they're going to run other champions, and if you decide to go for a high health champion who can sustain or can write out your damage, your initial damage nukes, that they're going to be able to jump back in once you blow all your cooldowns and just rip you apart, which happened a couple of times to us. But fortunately, their Caitlyn was pretty bad, and a lot of their other champions weren't all that great either, and we were able to easily, well, I don't say easily, it was a pretty medium game for us. Good elo matchup. So, hopefully, this is a game you guys liked. It was a fun time. It was had by all. I enjoyed playing it. I enjoy winning. And I enjoy winning against people who aren't completely idiotic, but are still pretty good. And there were a couple moments in there that we could have lost the game very handily. But once we got past mid-game, once we got that Baron, it was lights out for them. And they were just holding off until they could finally convince everyone to surrender. So that's it for this episode. This is Scobie, signing off.